Hi students. So till now we have came across different types of functions, like we have came across the polynomial functions, rational functions, identity functions, modulus functions. So we have came across different type of functions, and we have came across these graph, how the graph of the functions will be. So we have learned in detail regarding different type of functions in the last year. So today in this topic, let us understand some of the new types of functions. That is, one is an exponential, another one is a logarithmic function. So let us understand these functions one by one. So first let us understand what is this exponential functions. So before understanding what is going to the definition of an exponential function, let us consider a function y is equal to x square. Let us consider one of an, what is this y is equal to x square? It is one of a polynomial function, right? So let us consider one of the polynomial functions. Suppose if I draw the graph of this function, if this is an x-axis and this is an y-axis, if I draw the graph of this function, how it will be? It will be a parabola like this something, right? So this is a graph of the function, that is y is equal to x square. Suppose if I draw the graph of the curve y is equal to x cube, how it will be the graph? The graph will be like this. So this is the graph of the curve y is equal to x cube. Suppose if I increase the exponent or the power of the x, that is x power 4, then this will be the graph. So this is y is equal to x power 4. This is the curve or the graph of the curve y is equal to x power 4. You can see here clearly the graph, as soon as we increase the power of the x, we can see the graph is increasing drastically, or it is moving steeper. Suppose in curve y is equal to x square, when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. When x is equal to 2, y will be equal to 4. So when x will be equal to 2, y will be equal to 4 something. Similarly, when it comes to the x cube graph, how it will be? When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, but when it comes with x is equal to 2, what is the value of y? When x is equal to 2, the value of the y, it will be what? It will be 8. So at the same point, you can see when the power of x is increased, the value at 2, when the value of x is equal to 2 in y is equal to x cube, y will be equal to 8. Similarly, when it comes to the x power 4, when x value is equal to 2, value of y will be what? It will be 16. At the same point, you can see the value of y will be 16. So here you can see that the graph is going steeper, or the graph is increasing rapidly as the power of x goes on increasing. So we can, in the polynomial function, we can see clearly the growth of the polynomial function. It increases as the power of x, increases. As the power of x increases, the growth of the polynomial function is also increasing. So my question to you people is that, what most of them thought is there any function which grows faster than the polynomial function? So this was the question which was arised. So since here we can see the polynomial function, it is going steeper and steeper, or growing as the power of x goes on increasing. So it clearly depends upon the power of the x. As the power increases, the growth is also increasing. So my question is there any function which grows faster than the polynomial function? So it should not be a polynomial function other than the polynomial function. At this time, when this question arose, the new function called exponential function came into light. So what is this exponential function? It is nothing but a constant to the power x. if I call any function y is equal to some constant to the power x means then this type of function is called as an exponential function. Suppose if I consider the graph of this function, you can see here clearly this one is an x-axis and this one is an y-axis. So when x is equal to 1, y will be equal to 10. So when x is equal to 1, y will be equal to 10. Okay. So when x is equal to 2, drastically when just it is changing from 1 to 2, what will be the value of y? Here the value of y will be 100. So it will be somewhere here. So you can see here that just from moving from x value from 1 to 2, the value of y has increased much more. When x is equal to 1, it was 10, but when was x is equal to 2, it is 100 in this type of function. So clearly you can see here, or by comparing the polynomial function and exponential function, you can say clearly that exponential function is growing faster, or it is more steeper than the polynomial function. By looking into the function itself, we can say that exponential function grows faster, it grows faster than the polynomial function. So now if I consider the definition, now what is the exponential function? Proper definition means we can say that an exponential function for positive base, that is b should be greater than 1. So what I considered here, this is the base and this is the exponent or the power of 10, right? So as I said, what y is equal to some constant to the power x, right? So this was a constant. So constant means it is we are considering when it comes to the exponential, it should be a positive base, which is b should be greater than 1, and it will be represented like y is equal to 10 to the power, sorry, not 10, y is equal to b to the power x. So such type of function is called as what? Exponential functions, where b is some positive base which is greater than 1. Suppose if you can see here, it could be any positive number, it is which should be a strictly greater than 1. Suppose if you consider a number which is lesser than 1 means, or like some 0.1 or 0.2, if you consider any number which is less than 1 means, what happens? If you go on increasing the number means here, if you go on increasing the power of the number which is less than 1 means, then the graph of that function, it decreases, it not goes on increasing, it is going to be, the value are going to be smaller. What is the value of 0.1 to the power 2? It will be like 0.01. So the power, the value will be go on decreasing. So that's why we have considered a positive base which should be greater than 1. So b is always strictly greater than 1. So now by looking into these definition, let us understand some of the features of this exponential functions. Now you can see here clearly what was our exponential function? Y is equal to b power x. Clearly here our x is an independent function, y is a dependent function, because y is depending upon the value of x. As the value of x changes, y is also going to be changed. So clearly what and all values does x is going to be hold? So clearly you can check it by one of the examples. Suppose if I consider our b is equal to 10 means, what happens? Y is equal to 10 to the power x. Suppose if I consider 10 to the power of 2 means it will be 100. Suppose if I consider 10 to the power of minus 2 means 1 by 100. So whatever the 1 by 100, 0.01 some whatever. So whatever the x values, what and all values it can take positive values as well as negative values also. So clearly the domain of this function is set of real numbers, because what and all the values can be inputted, that is nothing but the domain, right? So where we are inputting to the x here. So what and all values can take by the x, it can take any positive, any real numbers. It might be a positive or it might be a negative. Then what about the range of the function? So what is the range of the function? Observe properly, guys. So here we are taking a constant or a positive base which is strictly greater than 1. To that positive base we are giving some power. You can see here, when it was a positive power, it will be goes on increasing. When it was a negative power, you can see the value. If even though it is minus 2, it will be 1 by 100. 1 by 100, it is nothing but what? 0.01. So you can see that it is also a positive quantity. When it was a positive power, that time also it is a positive quantity. So you can see it clearly that even with the positive power as well as a negative power, negative value of x as well as a positive value of x, you can see that the value of y is always positive. It cannot go to the negative value, or it cannot be equal to 0 also. It cannot be equal to negative values, or it cannot be equal to 0. So if I draw the graph, means how it will move, means it will be like this. If this one is an x-axis, it will goes nearer to the x-axis, but very closer and closer to the x-axis, but never ever touches the x-axis. It never touches the x-axis, and it never crosses the x-axis and comes to the third quadrant, because it cannot, y value cannot be equal to the negative value. So the range of this function is set of positive real numbers. Now you can see here, if I take y is equal to b power x, or y is equal to 10 power x, in place of 10 you can take any function like y is equal to 2 power x. If you take any constant, any positive base to the power x, means if I take x is equal to 0, means anything to the power 0 is equal to what? 1. So even in this case also, anything to the power 0 is 1. So when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. So 0 comma 1, it is a common point in any exponential function. So this is the 0 comma 1 point. If you draw any exponential curve, means this point is existed in that curve. If you draw any exponential curve, means 0 comma 1, this point is always existed in that curve. So 0 comma 1, it is a common point. It is a common point in this exponential curve. So in our earlier classes, we have came across the exponential function, or exponential means e to the power x. We call this one y is equal to e power x, also has an exponential function. What is this e? E is nothing but it is the value of 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus so on. The value of this series is, we are going to get some value which is equal to e, and this e, it is nothing but it is lying between 2 and 3. So clearly the value of e, it is like something 2.38 something. So the sum of this series is equal to e, and this e is always lying between 2 and 3, and we call y is equal to e power x. Clearly you can see that e is also what? E is also sum of the constant here. So y is equal to e power x. It is also an exponential curve. So if you see the graph of the exponential curve, so this is one of the graph of I have drawn. This is a graph of y is equal to 10 to the power x. So you can see here, as we move from left to the right, if we move on from left to the right, this is ever increasing. Wherever you can see that this is a drastic increase from left to the right. This graph, exponential graph, it is always an ever increasing graph from left to the Right, it is always increasing. Exponential increase means what? It is a sudden increase, means it will be a increase for one small changes, there will be a big growth in the graph. So such type of graph is called as an exponential graph or an exponential function. So this is an ever increasing graph. So in the exponential function we are coming across two different types. So let us go with what are those two types. So I said there are two types. So that two types, it is nothing but, in that first one it is nothing but common exponential function. Common exponential function. What is this common exponential function? If I consider a graph, or if I consider a function y is equal to 10 to the power x, where base is equal to 10, where base of the function is 10, such type of, you can see here base is 10, so such type of exponential function is called as common exponential function. And the another type, it is nothing but natural exponential function. So in natural exponential function, here our base is will be equal to e. Here base is e. You can see here what I said in that earlier, where e is a value which is lying between 2 to 3. So this is what? This is a natural exponential function. In your NCERT textbook, whatever we are reading here, that is the NCERT textbook, whatever the exponential function here they have considered, all are natural exponential function, or the base of that exponential function is always e here. But we must be familiar with this common exponential function also, where base will be equal to 10. So these are the two different types of exponential. One is common and natural. In common the base is 10, in the natural the base is equal to e. The next, so this is regarding the exponential function. So when it comes to, when the question arises, if this is an exponential function, means what will be the inverse? What will be the inverse of this exponential function, or how it will be going to look? If I talk about the inverse of this exponential function, means how that function will be going to look. So when these type of question arise, then the question, when this type of question arise, then we came with a thing or another function. That function is called as logarithmic function. So when we talked about the inverse of this exponential function, or how this inverse of this exponential function will be going to look, when we talk about this question, at that time a new function arises which is called as a logarithmic function. So now let us understand this logarithmic function step by step. So the next is logarithmic function. So in the exponential function, what we have learnt, so in the exponential function we have learned that if suppose if a is equal to b power x, where b is strictly greater than 1, means then b power x will be, where b should be a positive real number, then a is equal to b power x, right? So this is what we have learned in the exponential function. So when b is greater than 1 and a is equal to b power x, then logarithmic function, it is nothing but, how we are going to define is log of the base b to the power, not powers, log base b a is equal to x. So what does that implies? Means suppose if I consider 2 power 3 is equal to 8, means then log to the base 2 of 8 is equal to 3, where b here it is nothing but the base and a is nothing but the value, and x will be the exponent or the power of the function. So clearly logarithmic function, what does that will be giving? The logarithmic function will be giving us the exponent of the function. So when b is greater than 0 and a is equal to b power x, then log to the base b of a is equal to x. So this is what the logarithmic function is saying. So clearly what the logarithmic function will be given, the logarithmic function is giving the exponent of any number to which base, on which base, means the base will be mentioned. So upon the given base we are going to get the exponent of any number. So this is what the logarithmic function is going to give us. So now you have know that a is equal to b power x. So clearly we know that b will be always strictly greater than 1, because suppose if I take a b value less than 1 means, as I said, if we take the value b is less than 1 means, if we go on increasing the power of values which are less than 1, like 0.1 or 0.2, if we take the number which is less than 1 and if we go on increasing the power of these type of number, the value will be goes on decreasing. So it should be a greater than 1. So clearly the value of b is greater than 1. Then what will be the values of a? So clearly when b is strictly greater than 1, suppose if I take the b will be equal to 2 means, if I take b has equal to 2 and 2 power 3, it is what? 2 power 3, it is 8. What will be 2 power minus 3? It will be 1 by 8. So whatever the value you are going to get here, it will be a positive value. So clearly, even though it will be a positive value or negative value, the value of a, it will be always positive. So value of a, it is always a positive real numbers. Then what will be the values of x? So clearly x can take a positive values as well as the negative values. Even it can take the 0 also. So x is the values which can take by the x is set of all real numbers. So if I am going to define this logarithmic function, means how it will be going to be defined. Suppose log b, if this is a function log b, it is defined from set of positive real numbers to set of real numbers. Then it is defined like log b of x is equal to y when or if b power y is equal to x. So this is a definition or how we are defining the log b of x. So you can see here clearly what and log b of x. Log b of x means clearly what it, log b of x, what does this is going to be saying? It is going to be saying b power y is equal to x. So clearly, as I said or as I explained for this one, you can see here clearly what and all values can x take. X can take only the set of positive real numbers, because if we go on giving any power to the y means, it might be a positive or it might be a negative. Even though it is a 0, what the values we are going to get, it is a positive value. So clearly the domain is what? The domain is set of positive real numbers, and by giving the positive values, domain is set of positive real numbers, what and all values does y takes here? By giving a positive values, the y value, it will be always, it might be a negative value or it might be a positive value or it might be a 0 also. So clearly the range of the function, it is what? It is a set of real numbers. So this is the domain and this is the range of what? This is the domain, set of positive real number, range, set of real number. It is the domain and range of logarithmic function. So this is how the logarithm function is going to be defined. Suppose if I talk about the base e, means how it will be? Log e to the power, log base e of x is equal to y, means how it will be like e power y is equal to x. This will be the meaning of log e of x is equal to y. Suppose as we have considered, that is log b of x is equal to y, means clearly b is strictly greater than 1. what and all the values of x it is going to be taken. So log b of x means clearly b of b to the power y is equal to x. So what and all values does x we are going to get? X, it is nothing but a set of positive real numbers. What and all values does y going to take? It is a set of real numbers. Let it make it on one side. So if I take a log with the base e of x is equal to y, and this is called as natural logarithmic function, and natural logarithmic function is also represented, I mean log e of x, this is also represented as ln of x is equal to y. This is a natural representation or general representation of log e of x is equal to y. In your NCERT textbook, this log e of x, it is generally represented as log of x is equal to y. Here they didn't specifically mentioned as e here, so they are generally writing log of x is equal to y, means then this log function is, they are talking about this log function with respect to the base e. So in your NCERT they are mentioning log of x is equal to y, means the function, the logarithmic function is they are talking about with respect to the base e. Suppose this one is log 10 of x is equal to y, and this is nothing but what? This is a common logarithmic function where here base is equal to 10. As we have came across a natural exponential and natural common exponential function, here also we are coming across natural logarithmic function and common logarithmic function. In natural logarithmic, we are talking with respect to the base e. When it comes to the common logarithmic function, we are talking with respect to the base 10. Now let us see the graph of this logarithmic function, how this graph will be with respect to the base 10 first. So let us draw the graph of logarithmic log 10 of x. So how this will be the graph? So clearly you can see here log 10 of 1. What does that means? Log 10 of 1 means, what does this implies? If log 10 of 1 means, it will be always equal to 0. So what does that implies? 10 to the power 0. So anything to the power 0 is always 1. So irrespective of any base, so it might not be equal to 10. It might be any base. It might be a e. It might be a 2. It might be any base. So irrespective of the base, log of 1 is always equal to 0. So it is clear that 1, 0, it is a common point in any logarithmic function. So 1, 0 means it comes somewhere here. So this is a graph of y is equal to log with the base 10 of x. So this is the graph of log base 10 of x. So here this one is passing through the point 1, 0. Similarly, if I draw the graph of the another logarithmic function, that is log e of x. Log e of x means again it comes somewhere here. Again this function or this curve also passes through 1, 0. So it is also passing through 1, 0 means what does that implies? Log e of 1, which is what the e of 1 is equal to 0. It means what? E to the power 0. So anything to the power 0 is always 1. So irrespective of base, whatever it might be, log of 1 is equal to 0. So this is the curve of the graph log e of x. So if I draw with respect to the base 2 means it will be like this somewhere, and it will also passing to the curve 1, to the point 1, 0. This is y is equal to log 2 of x. Clearly you can see here the base is going on decreasing. So log 10 of x. So this is log e of x. Log e, it is smaller than 10, and log 2 it is smaller than e, because e is lying between 2 and 3. So e is e is not smaller than 2. 2 is smaller than e. So as we go on decreasing the bases, the graph it will be going upon steeper and steeper. So you can see here, as we move from left to right, the graph is what? It is a drastic increasing of the curve. You can see it will be going on increasing. But you can see here clearly what I said here, x means what? It is consisting of set of positive real numbers only. I mean the domain is set of positive real numbers only, which cannot take a 0 as well as a negative values. So as we go on with the any positive real numbers, this curve goes on with approaches towards the y-axis, but it never touches the y-axis or crosses the y-axis. So it is clear that as x is approaching towards the 0, our log b of x, this will be approaching towards the minus infinity. So it is approaching towards the minus infinity, but it never crosses the y-axis or it neither touches the y-axis. So this is some of the features regarding the logarithmic function. There is another feature regarding the logarithmic function also, that is, so clearly y is equal to e power x. This is what? This is our exponential function. And what about this y is equal to log e of x? This is our logarithmic function. So now let us draw the graph of this exponential and logarithmic function. So how the exponential function will be? It is a curve which is passing through the point 0, 1, but it never crosses the x-axis. So the graph will be something like this. Okay, and we know that what is the graph of y is equal to x? It is a straight line which is passing through the origin. It is passing through the origin. So this is a line, or this is the curve of the graph, that is y is equal to x. And what is the curve of this logarithmic function y is equal to log with the base e of x? It is nothing but a curve which is passing through the point 1, 0, but never crosses our y-axis. So this is our graph of the curve y is equal to log e of x, and this is the graph of the curve y is equal to e of x. You can see by the graph it is clear that exponential curve and logarithmic function both are mirror image of each of the function with respect to the mirror image of which plane through with respect to which plane? Towards the plane y is equal to x. Suppose if I consider this y is equal to x line, this has a mirror, means then with respect to this line, the exponential curve and the logarithmic function are mirror image of one another. But the condition is the base of both the function, it must be the same. That is, here also the base was e, here also the base was e. Suppose here we are talking about the exponential, if we talk about y is equal to 10 power x, and here if we take y is equal to log e of x, then it is not a mirror image. These two curves are not the mirror image of each with respect to this curve. While we are talking about the mirror image, the base it should be the same. Here also it was e, here also it was e. So exponential function and the logarithmic function are mirror image with respect to each other with respect to the curve y is equal to x. So these are the some of the features of the exponential as well as a logarithmic function. So till now we have came across what is the exponential function, what is logarithmic function. Now let us concentrate something bit upon the properties of logarithmic function. So in that first and one of the most important property, that is nothing but change of base. So what is the property in the logarithmic function? If we need to change the base of the logarithmic function from one base to another base, suppose if the function it will be like log 10 of x, so it was in the base 10. So we need to convert this log 10 with the base log with base 10 of x to exponential, means that is not exponential, with the base e, means how we are converting from base 10 to the base e. So this is what change of base is going to be talking. So now let us talk in the general way. So log a to the power, I mean base a, log base a of p, if I need to convert from log a base I mean with the log base a of p to the log base p of b of p. So if I need to convert from this base a to the base b, means how it will be, the I mean what is the property or what is that identity we are going to use. Suppose if I consider log base a p is equal to alpha and log base bp is equal to beta. Another one I am considering myself, that is log base ba, which is nothing but gamma. Now what does this implies? Log base ap is equal to alpha, means it is nothing but a to the power alpha is equal to p. What does this implies? B to the power beta is equal to p. What does this implies? B to the power gamma is equal to a. Now I am substituting this value of a, that is a is equal to b to the power alpha, in the first equation. What does that implies? A is equal to b to the power gamma into alpha is equal to p. What happens? B to the power alpha into gamma to the power p. And we also have that what? P is equal to b to the power beta. So what happens? P, this one is also equal to b to the power beta. Now you can see here clearly b to the power alpha gamma is equal to b to the power beta. Since base are same, the exponent must be equal. We know this property. So what happens now? Beta is equal to alpha into gamma. Therefore alpha is equal to beta by gamma. Now resubstitute. What was our alpha? Alpha was log base ap, which is equal to, what was our beta? Log base bp divided by, what was our gamma? Log base ba. So clearly if we need to change from one base to the another base, means this is a formula we are going to apply, that is log base ap to, if I convert to another, means log base bp divided by log base ba. So this is the identity we are going to use from to convert from one base to the another. So what is the use of this? How we are going to use all this property? I will let you know in the ending part of this video how the properties are going to be used. The next property is based upon the product of some of the two numbers, logarithmic product of two numbers. That is, we are going to find the logarithmic product of two numbers, that is p, q, if I consider these two are the number with respect to the base b. So we are going to find what is the product of these two number with respect to the base b. So suppose if I consider log with respect to the base b, the product of p, q, this one I considered as alpha, means what does that implies? B to the power alpha is equal to p, q. And if I consider log base bp has equal to beta and log base bq has equal to gamma, what does this implies now? B to the power beta is equal to p and b to the power gamma is equal to q. So clearly now look into the first thing, that is b to the power alpha is equal to p into q. Now we know what from these two things we came to know the value of p and q. Substitute that one here. So what happens? B to the power alpha is equal to b to the power beta into b to the power of gamma. Since base are same, we can add the powers, that is b to the power beta plus gamma. Now b to the power alpha is equal to b to the power beta plus gamma. Since base are same, exponents are equal. So alpha is equal to beta plus gamma. Now what was our alpha? It is nothing but log base b of pq is equal to log base b of p plus log base b of q. So this is the one of the very important property of a logarithmic function. So log base p of pq is equal to log base b of p plus log base b of q. So sometimes people might get confused, like log base b of p plus q. This is not at all equal to log base p of pq. So this is not at all equal. So don't get confused with this one. So remember that one, log base b of pq is equal to log base b of p plus log base b of q. So this is the second property, or the property of the logarithmic product of two numbers. So to this property in particular, if I consider that p is equal to q, what happens? Log base b, p into p itself, that is nothing but p square. So what happens here? Log base b p plus log base b p itself. So what happens? This is equal to 2 times the log base b p. Suppose if I generalize this one, what happens? That is log base b to the power p to the power n. It is equal to the n into log base bp. So this power is transferred to the starting part of this n, that is nothing but n log base bp. So this is the one of the another important property of the logarithmic function. You can see it oftenly used, or it is more used when it comes with the integration chapter. So all these properties of the logarithmic function, you can see it mostly used when it comes with the solving of some of the integration chapters. The next property, it is nothing but the quotient, talking about the quotient of two numbers regarding the logarithmic function, that is log base b of x by y. This one is equal to log base b of x minus log base b of y. So this is another important property of a logarithmic function. So again, don't get confused with the log base b of x minus y and writing this one as log base b of x by y. This is completely wrong. So log base b of x by y is equal to log base b of x minus log base b of y. So these are some of the important properties of the logarithmic function. So now let us concentrate something regarding the exponential function, how the derivatives of exponential function will be. So as I said, how the exponential function will be, y is equal to 10 to the power x, something base, where the base will be a positive real number. So this is also an exponential function. Y is equal to e power x, this is also an exponential function. Y is equal to a power x, where a is strictly greater than 1. So this is what some of the examples, or how we are expressing the exponential function. Then what is the derivative of this exponential function a power x? So the derivative of this exponential function d by dx of a power x is a power x log e of a. So this is the derivative of d by dx of a power x. Suppose if I consider or finding the derivative of 10 power x means what happens? Look here, 10 power x into log e of 10. So this is what the derivative of d by dx of 10x. Now let us see what is the derivative of e power x. So it will be e power x log e of e. So we know that what is this log e of e implies? if I say something log e of e means log e of e, this value is equal to 1. What does this implies? E power 1 is equal to e. So what value if we input, so that we are going to get e power something is equal to e itself. When e power 1, we are going to get that value is equal to e itself. So log e of e is equal to 1. So remember this one. This is one of the important or the major thing which you need to be remembered. So what happens now here? Log e of e is equal to 1. So the derivative of e power x is equal to e power x itself. So remember this one. This is very important because this is included in your NCERT textbook. So remember this one also, because this is also carried out how we are finding the derivative of, since your NCERT textbook is majorly concentrated upon e power x. So better you people remember how we are generally, if we talk about any general exponential function, how we are taking the derivative of that exponential function is, this is the derivative of that exponential function. Suppose if they asked the derivative d by dx of e to the power 2x. So how we are going to find the derivative of this one? So again the chain rule matters here. So taking this 2x is equal to t. What happens? D by dx of e to the power t is e to the power t itself, then dt by dx. What was dt? dt was 2x. So derivative of 2x is what? It is 2. So clearly, suppose if I take d by dx of e to the power minus 2x, means how we are going to follow? Again, taking this minus 2x as equal to t, d by dx of e to the power t is e to the power t, that is e to the power minus 2x. Then again derivative of d by dx of, dt by dx, that is d by dx of minus 2x, that is equal to minus 2. So clearly or generally, if I can say as d by dx of e to the power nx as equal to n e to the power nx. This is the general way you can remember, or the derivative of e to the power nx. Suppose if we talk about d by dx of, since here we talked about with respect to the base e. Suppose if I talk with respect to some any base which is a to the power 2x, means how we are going to derivative? We know that d by dx of a to the power x is a to the power x log e of a. So again chain rule, taking considering this 2x has t, what happens? That will be a to the power t, a to the power t is 2x log e of a. Then again we are differentiating dt with respect to x. What was our dt? It was 2x. So derivative of 2x is 2. Similarly, d by dx of a to the power minus 2x, how it goes? Again considering this minus 2x as t, it will be like a to the power t, that is minus 2x log e of a. Then again dt by dx, what was our t here? Minus 2x. So derivative of minus 2x is minus 2. So this is how we are finding the derivatives of the exponential function. So according to NCERT textbook, remember this one, remember this one, and remember this one, a generalized which I have given. So these are very important which you need, while solving the questions regarding the exercise questions regarding the NCERT, it is helpful. But all these things what I have explained, this is very important by knowing the basic of the exponential function. So there is a one thing or the one question which we can see this question or this type in the while we are solving the integration, that is e to the power log e of x. This is always equal to x. So how is this possible? Whether it is true? You can see this one when we are commonly when we are solving the integration questions. But how you can justify this one? So here x is equal to e to the power log e x. Suppose if I write x is equal to e log x, means both are one and the same according to a NCERT textbook, because they are not at all mentioning e in particular. So e to the power log x, if they are mentioned in your NCERT textbook like this, means that is they are talking this log x with respect to the base e. So clearly the domain of the logarithmic function log e of x, it is a set of positive real numbers, and this is not at all valid. This equation is not at all valid when we talk about the negative real numbers. So this is valid only for the positive real numbers. Suppose if I call y has equal to e to the power log e of x. Suppose, I mean, we need to prove or we need to consider this one, whether this value is equal to true. Suppose I call this one as equal to y means and taking the logarithm on both the side. So I am taking log on both the side. So taking log on both the side means the logarithmic function with respect to the base e here. So log with respect to the base e y is equal to log with respect to the base e to the power log with respect to the base e of x. So while learning the property of a logarithmic function, we have came across the property, that is log e to the power, I mean log base e to the power p power n, it is equal to n log base e is equal log base e of p. So this is the property we have already came across while we are studying the properties of logarithmic function. Now you can see here log base e p power n. So log base e power something. So how it will be going to be according to this property, n here is this one. So log base e of x into log base e of e. So clearly I have said that log base e of e is equal to 1 because e power 1 is equal to e. So we know this one. So what happens, log base e of e, it is equal to 1 means log base e of y is equal to log base e of x. Since log x is equal to log y with respect to the same base, it implies x is equal to y. So what we have taken as y in the beginning, we have taken y as equal to e to the power log e of x. So x is equal to e to the power log e of x, or x is equal to e to the power log x is equal to x itself. So both are one and the same. So this is one of the property which we are to be more familiar to be with. So another thing is, what is the derivative of this logarithm function? Because we have talked about the derivatives of a exponential function. What is the derivative of this log x? So derivative of log x with respect to the base e, since what if I write log x means it is with respect to the base e itself. So derivative of log x is 1 by x. So in the derivatives, if we are talking about the derivatives of the logarithmic function, means we know the derivative of logarithmic function with respect to the base e. So as I said that change of base, when we are talking about the change of base, so why is required, how it is used, I said I will say at the end of this video. So while we are talking about the log, because we know that log d by log base e of x, the derivative of this one is equal to 1 by x. Suppose if I need to talk about the derivatives d by dx of log base some 8 of x, so what will be, so this is not equal to 1 by x. Here we are talking about the derivative of log of x with respect to the base e. When it was base e, it is 1 by x. When it comes to 8, it is not equal to 1 by x. So when it comes like this, we don't know regarding this one. So it is better we need to change the base. So common thing when we are changing the base, the common agenda is whatever the base it is, we need to turn this base into the base of e. That is, we are changing here log 8x with this base to the log e x. So to change from one base to another base, we had the formula. What was that formula? Log a with respect to the base a, log base ap, it is equal to log base b of p divided by log base b of a. Yes, this is the formula. So now here it is log base 8 of x. So we need to convert this one with respect to the base e. What happens? Log base e of, in place of p we are having x divided by log base e of a. A means what is here? A is here 8. So this is what the change. So now we need to find the derivative. So log 8x, it is nothing but now log base 8x, it is nothing but this one. So what happens now? The derivative of d by dx of this one, that is log base ex divided by log base e of 8. So clearly log base e of 8, here e is also base which is a constant, 8 it is also a constant. So clearly log base e of 8, it will become what? It will be our constant. So constant is kept outside. So the thing is, we are going to find the derivative of log base e of x. So log base e of x, it is equal to 1 by x. So clearly what is the derivative of this one now? The derivative of this one is 1 divided by x log e 8. So this one we can find through the logarithmic table or through, it is a constant value, log base e or e of 8. So this is the derivative of log 8x. So this is how the change of base is going to be used. So this is regarding the exponential function and logarithmic function. So it is some of the wide concept and one of the very important and most useful concept, and which is commonly carried out in the calculus part. So clearly go with each and every concept. If you didn't get any one of the property or any one of the function, any definition or any explanation, means you can ask me at the any time. So this is regarding the properties, the features and the derivatives of exponential and logarithmic function. Thank you, students.